Steve here. We need to have a serious talk. Something's just happened that will fundamentally change how you invest forever.
All right, let's get grounded. It's Thursday, March 26th, 2026. The S&P 500 is hovering around 6740. But forget the index for a minute. Today, we're talking about your ledger. What's in it and what's about to be illegal. I'm not exaggerating when I say this. The rule book for American investors, it just got ripped up. And let's be absolutely clear about this. This new Coins Act, it's not some friendly suggestion or a guideline. No, it's a wall, a barricade for American capital. Washington has officially drawn a line in the sand. Our money is no longer going to be used to build up our chief adversary. So what we're looking at here is a new red line. We need to understand exactly what the Coins Act is. If you're an American citizen, there are now financial no-go zones. And believe me, you do not want to be caught crossing them. So let's drill down. The CONS Act has one single purpose: to stop American capital and our know-how from, and this is the key phrase, knowingly directing the development of sensitive technologies in countries that are, well, let's just say countries of concern. It's a strategic blockade, plain and simple. Okay, that brings us to the forbidden trio, the no-go zones for your money. We're going to get into the specifics now because there are entire sectors that are now completely, 100% off limits. So you're probably asking, okay, Steve, what exactly is off limits? Where can my money not go anymore? Let's spell it out. Here they are. These are the sectors Washington is calling the brain power sectors. You are now forbidden, prohibited, from putting a single dollar into Chinese companies involved in 4 key areas: advanced semiconductors and microelectronics, quantum information technologies, certain artificial intelligence systems, and hypersonic systems. Full stop. And the thinking behind this? It's as simple as it is brutal. Washington finally woke up and realized that our own venture capital, our money, was funding the very chips, the very algorithms that could one day be used against us. So this is a financial blockade. The goal is to starve the adversary's tech ambitions of our cash and our expertise. But it doesn't stop there. Not even close. We now have to talk about the global dragnet, the part of this law they call the knowingly directing clause. And listen to me now. This is the part that has real teeth. That phrase again, knowingly directing. Here's what it means. If you, as a U.S. person, that's you, your broker, your fund manager, tell a non-U.S. person to make one of these banned investments, you are personally on the hook. You are personally liable. Forget about loopholes. You can't just use some offshore fund as a cutout. They've slammed that door shut. I want to be crystal clear on this. This is the clause that should be making every single fund manager in America break out in a cold sweat. Why? Because the liability is personal. If you direct that trade, you broke the law. Period. There's no corporate veil, no hiding. It's on you. And look, while we've been focused on China, don't for a second think this is just about them. The Coins Act has expanded the blacklist. The same exact rules now apply to Russia, Iran, North Korea, Cuba, and Venezuela. This isn't just a China policy. This is a global policy. To really understand the gravity of this, you have to put it in historical context. What we're witnessing is arguably the most aggressive control of American private capital since World War II. Think about that. We are now actively policing where private dollars can and cannot go anywhere on the planet. And it's impossible not to see the tension here. I mean, on one hand, we are staring down the barrel of a record $39 trillion national debt. And at the exact same time, we're pouring immense resources into policing every single private investment dollar that tries to leave the country. It's quite a situation. So what's the bottom line for us, for the market? It means this idea of the great decoupling between the US and China, well, it's not a theory anymore. It's not something to debate. It is now a mandated, government-enforced reality for every single one of us. You couldn't paint a clearer before and after picture. The old reality? US money flooded into China, chasing that incredible tech growth. The new reality? A big fat wall has gone up. US capital is now blocked by law from China's most important strategic sectors. And you can already see the rotation happening. The smart money is getting out of these now forbidden Chinese tech stocks. It has to. But that capital doesn't just disappear, right? It has to find a new home. And we're seeing it flow into what the market is calling friendly territories, places like India, Vietnam. So make no mistake about it. If the last few years were the messy separation, the Coins Act, well, that's the final signed and sealed divorce decree.
The long economic marriage between the US and China is over. The time for playing games is done.
So, I'm going to leave you with a question you need to ask yourself tonight. After everything we've just gone over, do you really know where the new red lines are drawn through your own portfolio?
Because the government is not looking the other way anymore. My advice to you is simple and it's urgent. Check your portfolio. Dig into your funds. You need to know what you own, right down to the last stock, and you need to be damn sure you aren't funding the adversary. This is Steve. I'll see you at the Open.